All right. Okay, now we can begin. So the first thing we need to do is we're gonna have create a new variable, and we're gonna call it game. Oh, whoops, game pause with a question mark, and keep it for all sprites. This is gonna check what. This is gonna store whether the game is paused or not. So if it's true, then the game is paused, and if it's false, then the game is running. So make sure it's for all sprites, and let's click OK. For now, we can keep the game pause variable shown right down here so we can test it easily. What we're going to first do is we are going to set game paused to 0 if it is not paused and 1 if it is. So let's drag out a set game paused to 0 in the when I receive start game for the player code right over here. This is going to make sure every time we start a new game, it's going to automatically set it to the game is not paused so that it can actually run. All right. Once we have this, we're going to go down to the bottom right side, and then we're going to hover over this, and we're going to create a new sprite that we actually are going to paint ourselves. We're going to first name this sprite over here, name the sprite from sprite 1 to, let's say, shop menu, I think is the name for it, shop menu. And then for the costume, let's just try to draw like a shop kind of. So I'm gonna make it like a kind of brownish color. Represent like wood here. I don't know if this will, yeah, something like this. There we go. It's gonna cover like, okay, so we're gonna make sure this sprite is in the center. So let's make the X 0 and the Y also 0. Make sure it's in the center. I'm gonna see how it looks. So we can move the shop down here a bit. But actually, no, let's keep it at 0, 0. Sorry, don't edit the location of the sprite. Rather, edit the sprite itself. So right over here, we could go down a bit. I think that will look good. And then just have like a label or something. It doesn't have to be super fancy. Of course, you can make it look however you want, but just like basically something like this works. I'm gonna make my font handwriting. I don't know why I can't type here. Hold on a second. There we go. I'm gonna do capitals shop. I'm gonna make the text black. Enlarge the text a bit. So something like this. So we're gonna name this costume shop menu.
Right? Are you making an ice cream shop?
Um, you could decorate it like that, but we're gonna have something in here that we'll be able to buy like different types of weapons, and maybe some upgrades as well, something like that. You know?
Um, why can't I can't make my square like centered, so half of it's off the screen or the game screen.
Oh, it's off the game screen. You have to set the
Even
position
if
to 0, 0. So over here, make sure the X and Y is 0. And then if it's centered in this plane, then it'll also be centered on the screen. Do you have that?
oh Yeah, okay, never mind.
Yeah. It's always weird because when you create a new sprite, it doesn't put it in the middle for some reason.
Oh, okay.
How can you make the shop bigger?
How can you make the shop what now?
Like the sign bigger.
Sign bigger. Um, like you can just click the rectangle and then resize it by, dragging this kind of stuff or make it like, you can change it to
Okay.
however large you want. I'm gonna add like this little thing here as well. I think this looks pretty good. Y'all can make it a bit more fancy, but this is what I have for now. Yes? You have a question?
I couldn't find the remix button and I was asking you in the chat, but
Oh, sorry, I don't really. You can't see the remix button.
I just don't know where it is, that's all.
Oh, are you signed in
On the
on
I don't think
Scratch?
so.
Yeah, you'll need to be signed in order to remix things, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Let me just sign in.
All right. And then let me see.
How do you, when I click on the T thing, it doesn't let me type.
When you click on the text thing, it doesn't let you type.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I had a similar problem. When I clicked it, it wouldn't let me type. So you actually have to click the box again. Like get your mouse precisely up there until your mouse turns into this eye, and then you click it, and then you can edit it. It's really weird.
Oh,
I
oh.
think I think some kind of update like made it worse.
How do you make it bigger then?
Once you're done typing the text, it should actually turn into an object. And if you click this selector box, you can actually you can resize it like a normal, like a square.
Wait, how?
Like once you type something in here, something, right? And then you can click this mouse button instead of the text one, and now you can actually click it like it's a box. And then you can resize it like this, or to the side to make it look more, you know, just like
It
that.
doesn't make my like font bigger though. It only makes it bolder.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like the place where you do the zero thing.
The zero thing. Wait, hold on a second. What do you mean by that?
Like the wait. Oh, do I just make the box bigger?
Yeah, you just make the box bigger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. Um, does anyone else need some help getting back to here? I'm getting up to here. All right, so just to clarify what I did so far, what we did so far was we created a new variable for all sprites called game pause and set it equal to 0 in the player sprite when we receive start game. And now we're just creating this new sprite called shop menu, and it's just like a shop. That's it. That's what we've done so far. Does anyone need
What?
more time? Sorry, what?
How do you make the shop label go behind the huge thing?
Oh, okay. So there is like a kind of order control. So if you click something, you have these buttons called forward, backward, front, back. If you press front, it'll go to the very front. If you press back, it'll go to the very back. Forward means it goes up by one layer, and backward means it goes down by one layer. So you can control it. So you can see if I put it at the front, then it covers the shop label. And if I put it at the very back, then it goes behind the shop label. And same thing with the shop. I can make it go to the very front, or I can make it go to the very back. Just like that.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yep. All right. Does anyone else need more time? Okay. Then I think it's time to move on. So for in the shop sprite, first of all, we're going to go to control. Actually, no, wait, it's not in control. It's in events. And then we're going to drag out one key space pressed. And we're going to change the space to P, which means pause. So you can click P on your keyboard, and right now it does nothing. But we want it to change between pausing the game and not pausing the game. And remember that pausing the game, if we actually pause the game, we want to change this value over here to 1. Let me make that more clear. If we change this value to 1, it means paused. If we change it to 0, it means the game is running. So running. So we want this button, the P button, to alternate between those two. So if it's paused right now, we want it to turn to running, and if it's running right now, we want it to turn to paused. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a simple if-else kind of logic thing. So if, and we're gonna drag out game paused in variables, and then we're gonna go to operators and then drag out an equal. So if game paused is equal to 0, then what are we gonna do? Well, we want to change it to 1, right? Because we want to resume it. So we're going to go back to variables, and then we're going to set game pause to 1. Make sure it's set. And then if game pause is not equal to 0, then it must be equal to 1, right? Because those are the only two values it can be. So in the else, if it's 1, we want to change it to 0. There we go. So now if we click P, you can see each time I click it, it alternates between 0 and 1 right over here. So just watch that variable real quick. So when you click P, it should change. So I'm gonna click P right now. Hold on a second. Right now. So every time I click P, it changes. And that's what it should do. If I hold P, it's just gonna alternate really quick. But if I just press it once, it can go like that. After this, we're gonna drag out a when I receive start game for the shop menu. And when the game starts, we want it to be hiding. We want the shop menu to be hidden. So when we click the flag, there we go, it's gone now. So now we can actually play the game. When we click P, it actually does nothing right now because we never actually connected the variable to, doing anything. So, is everyone done with this code, by the way, for the shop menu? All right, I'm going to assume everyone's done then. So now we're going to go to the player code, and we're going to make sure that it only runs if the pause is equal to 0. So when it's running. So first of all, we're going to go to the code. We're going to locate the two pieces of code right here. One that's a start game code that contains this forever loop with point towards mouse pointer and move player. And the other one is this one, which is the control shooting one. Make sure those ones only run. And we're going to drag out the ifs. So two ifs. If I want to grab out an equal comparator. If game paused is equal to 0. So there we go. Let's put it in there. And let's put it in there. Make sure it's like that. So right now we should have 2 in the player sprite, 2 of them. Now when we pause the game, our player is unable to move and we're unable to shoot. But right now the enemies can also still attack us. So we got to prevent that later on. So right now if we're paused, we can't do anything. So we're literally stuck. All right. Now, once we're done with this, we're gonna move down a bit. In my code, we're gonna locate the next start game, which is the one that contains the touching enemy. This one checks whether the player is touching the enemy, and it changes the player health and like it makes the whole like brightness, shiny effect. And we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna add another if, and we're gonna wrap it around the entire thing other than the forever loop. Don't put it outside the forever loop. Make sure it's inside the forever loop, but outside everything else. So just like this. And then I'm going to drag out an equals operator and the variable game paused. And then we're going to check if it's equal to 0 once again. So now when I run this, when I pause the game, right now my player should be completely paused. And also my player shouldn't be taking any damage. But if I resume, yep. Yep. Now my player is also invincible when we're in the pause menu. Okay. And everyone, can you all please make sure this works? So when you click P, you should be unable to move your character, and you should not take any damage. So your health should not go down even when the enemies come close to you. If anyone has a problem, please tell me right now. It's easier to debug it if we catch it earlier. All right. Then I'm gonna assume everyone's code is good. So now let's check over here. I'm just gonna check this real quick to make sure we have everything. Yep. Now we need to pause the bullet as well. So for the bullet, right over here, when it moves, when we pause the game, we must pause the movement of the bullet as well. So in the bullet code, there should only be this much code, and you should go to the define shoot bullet kind of header right over here. And this part is where it actually makes the bullet move. So what we're going to do is we're going to add an if around here, around the move 10 steps, but inside the repeat until. And we're going to check if the same thing, if game paused is equal to 0. So now I can shoot and then I can pause the game and all my bullets should be frozen in place. And look at that. Because we haven't actually coded the zombies, or not the zombies, the soldiers pausing yet, when they actually like run into those bullets, they actually take damage and the bullets disappear. So
Well, my bullets don't stop when I do the game pause.
um
Are they the tank ones? Are they supposed to stop?
oh, the tank ones? No.
Yeah.
Because the tank bullets are separate
Oh,
from
okay.
your own bullets. They're a different bullet.
Oh, so my bullets just don't shoot anymore?
Yeah. So like,
Oh.
okay, so how you test this is you click the flag and then you press space to shoot something. And then while pressing space, you press P to pause it, and then you should see all your bullets stop midair. If it's like that, then it's working. If it's not like that, then please tell me right now so we can fix it.
But it's normal if like enemies eat my bullets, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's normal because we haven't coded the enemies stopping yet. So right now they should actually run into your bullets and take damage. Your frozen bullets. It's quite funny. And you can see all the zombies are swarming around me right now. Or not zombies, the soldiers. I always say zombies for some reason. They remind me of zombies. Wow, 3 tanks, a bunch of soldiers, and 2 speedsters or something. All right. Once we're done with this, we can move on to the enemy sprite now. So in the enemy sprite, I think we have quite a lot to change. So let's see. Let me take a look at all this code first. Um, All right, first, the easiest one. Let's go to the code where it says when I start as clone, and then it checks if enemy type is equal to bullet. Make sure it's the bullet one in the enemy sprite. So make sure you're in the enemy sprite as well, right here. And the bullet kind of code right here, we're gonna do the same thing as we did in the player bullet code. We're gonna wrap it around, wrap the move 10 steps with an if game paused is equal to 0. So now the enemy bullet should also stop. You can actually test this out. You press the flag and then wait for a tank to spawn in. I'm gonna just kill these guys to make it easier. All right, tank to spawn in, and I'm gonna pause it right as the bullet comes. There we go. Now the bullet is paused midair. But if you have the code right, then it's most likely gonna work. So. All right, once we're done with this bullet, and if anyone has a problem anytime, or if I'm going too fast, please tell me. Because we have to do a lot of little kind of tedious code right over here. We're gonna go to the one that says, when I start as clone, enemy type equal 1. So for the enemy type equals 1, which is this code right here, and the enemy type equal 1 should be the one with the soldier. Now we see we have a forever loop right over here. We're gonna place an if statement inside the forever loop, but that wraps like everything inside the forever loop. That covers everything inside the forever loop. So we're gonna check the same thing if game paused is equal to 0. Now soldiers should stop moving. So if we pause the game, boom, soldiers stop moving. They still keep spawning right now, but we can fix that soon. But the speedster and the tanks don't stop moving yet. We'll have to fix that up.
But I'm not taking any damage even if my game is paused.
What?
I mean, I'm not taking any damage even if my game is not paused.
Oh, then something must be wrong. Does your tank flash when you take damage when it's not paused?
Yeah.
So it still flashes. Oh, you have to go. Um, well, I guess see you next time then. I'll post the recording so you can watch the rest of it. Anyways, Rayanne,
When does class end?
in 30 minutes. Okay, Rayanne, I'll deal with it later. Right now, we need to code all this in, so we'll finish this, and then we'll deal with the code later. All
Oh, I
right?
mean, my tank doesn't flash.
Oh, then we'll deal with it later. We'll first finish everything right now, because this is a really important step, and I want to make sure we complete this before we do anything else. All right.
Okay.
So once we all have this game paused equals 0 in the enemy type is equal to 1, then we can move on to enemy type equals to 3. Because 2 is the most complicated one. So we're going to do the easy ones first. 3. For the speedster, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put an if inside the forever loop, but outside everything in the code that's actually in the forever loop. And then we're going to check if game paused is equal to 0. So now when you run the code, when you run it. Wait for a speedster to spawn.
Wait,
Hello.
which one is that?
This this one. So the speedster is the one that goes really fast that we made last time. That one right there. Do you see it?
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah. No, there's another one. Hold on a second.
My tanks still shoot, but they don't come to me. They flash.
They
Like the bullet,
flash.
like, yeah, like their bullets flash, but they don't come at me. They flash and
Um,
then go back
wait, for the speedster?
no, for the tank, the red tank.
Oh,
It's
their
like come
bullets.
flash.
Oh, we haven't actually paused the tanks yet. So you can see on my screen, though it looks like the tank is frozen, it's actually spawning bullets right now. You can see my clone count go up because we haven't actually stopped it from spawning bullets. So if bullets appear on the top of it, then it's normal for now. All right? Is that the problem you have where the bullets spawn on top of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll fix that soon. Actually, we'll fix that right now. Let's locate all the enemy type equals 2 code. So it should be 3 code kind of segments right here. All 3 of them are shown right here. So one that says enemy type equals 2, the other one also says that, and the third one also says that. So for each of these, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to locate the forever loops in each one of these. And then we're going to place an if inside the forever loop, but outside of everything that's in the forever loop. So, like for example, this one, if right here, and then game paused equals 0. And same thing for the other two. If right here, and the other one is also if right here. Both have an equal sign, equals 0. This one also has equals 0. And we can go to variables and then drag out game paused and place it in the first
What are you?
parameter. Sorry, yeah, what?
Wait, what did you just do?
Oh, I added the game paused, the ifs into each one of the enemy type equals 2, um, 3 different kind of code segments. So enemy type equals 2, this one, and this one. There should be 3 total. 3 total. And then I did the same thing. I added the if inside the forever loop. So you can see I circled the forevers, but outside of everything inside the forever.
Or did we
And
just
it's,
make a bunch of like the if things and put
yeah,
them inside?
yeah, just 3 of them. I added this one, and this one. Or not that one, but this one. The 3 if game paused equals 0.
Are we gonna stop how they like load while it's paused? Because every single time I pause it and then go back to it, it like whole wave comes out from the behind scene.
Wait a second. He's Riza somewhere.
Okay.
All right, sorry. Did someone ask me something?
Oh, yeah. Are we gonna like do how we stop the clothes? Because every single time I go from paused to not paused, it like a whole waves like comes at me from behind.
Yes, of course. We're
Okay.
gonna fix that real soon. So let's just test everything else works for now. So when you pause or unpause, everything should start moving, and if you pause, everything should stop. Like literally everything should stop. And you can't do anything unless you press the P button again. Okay. Now, yeah, we're gonna fix the issue where they keep spawning even though they're not supposed to. So what we're gonna do is inside the spawn enemy, like the define spawn enemy, the custom block we made right here, the define spawn enemy type position Y. We're just gonna add one very simple thing. And it is a wait until before everything. So we're gonna wait until game paused is equal to 0. So we're gonna wait until the game is running in order to continue spawning stuff. So take for example, when I pause right now, no more enemies should spawn. And would you look at that? No new enemies spawn. And when I press P again, the enemies spawn back in. So we're gonna always wait until game paused is equal to 0. That's it. Just one block of code. Make sure we all have this because this is important. Or else when you every time you pause and unpause, you'll have a big wave of enemies coming. What this logically does is that, you know, it only spawns the next enemy once the game is running. So it's not like a complete fix to the wave thing, but it fixes it mostly. And this is the easiest method, so. Okay. Does anyone need more time? Okay. I think it's time to finally add in the actual shop menu. So now let's go to the shop menu. And after we hide in the when I receive start game, and let me pause. Why is that happening? Hold on. Oh wow, it's very laggy. Huh. I'm wondering why it's this laggy. Oh, I think I know why now. Can we all go to player sprite again? Because I forgot one thing. Or not player sprite, enemy sprite. So for this define block that we have here, the define spawn enemy type where we added the wait until game pause, we need to edit something. Since we added a wait or like a wait a few seconds or wait until some those kind of blocks, we have to edit the define block itself. So we're gonna hover our mouse over the header of this define block, and we're going to right click it, and there should be a menu, an edit option right down here. Click that edit option, and then when we created this block, we made it run without screen refresh. Let's untick that. We don't want it to run without screen refresh. Once you're done with that, just click OK. Now every time we pause, it should lag everything. Yep. Not laggy at all. All right. Does everyone have that fixed? Now we can actually move back to the shop menu. So in the when I receive start game, after the hide, we're going to add a forever loop. And then the if else. We're going to check if game paused is equal to 1. So this time is not equal to 0, but we're going to check if it's equal to 1. If game paused is equal to 1, then we're going to make the menu show. Else, we're going to make it hide. So when we pause the game, it should. This is weird. Let me click the flag again. There we go. The shop appears right here. Now, what's weird is that the tank shouldn't be in front of the shop. It should be behind it. In fact, everything should be behind the shop. And it looks like the enemies are. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make sure it's at the very front by dragging out go to front layer. And we're actually going to place this.
My
Sorry,
tank
what?
wasn't in front of the shop though.
Oh, I mean, that's fine. We still got to make sure that it's in the front for the future. So put that in the forever loop for future stuff. All right.
Okay.
And then actually, I think, yeah, that's going to work. And now with all the pause stuff done, we can actually go to variables and we can hide the game paused variable now. So now we can just press P to pause the game. Really, it's that simple. Okay. Once we have this implemented, I think what we need to do is need to let's see. We need to implement a few buttons. So let's go create a new sprite. Go down to the bottom right and create a new sprite through painting. We're going to call this shop left button. And in here, we're just going to add a little kind of left button right here. I'm going to make it gray. Wait, how do I make it gray? Oh, there we go. Make it gray like this. And then I'm going to rotate the square sideways a bit. And then I'm going to click this option, and then I'm going to make it a triangle. Or you could just use the eraser to erase stuff until it becomes a triangle. And once you have a triangle, for me, I'll just place it right here. Because it's going to go to the left. Make sure it points towards the left.
How do you turn the square around and make it a triangle?
You use the rotate button on the very bottom. And I'm going to make this a bit larger. So make sure you have your screen unpaused so we can actually see the button. Make sure it's big enough so that you can actually click it. So I'm going to make it like this big. Yep, I think that's pretty good. I'm going to give it an outline, a black outline as well. That is going to be a bit thicker. Pretty thick. Go.
Does it have to be centered?
Um, in the drawing menu, yes. Not in the actual screen though. Right now it doesn't really matter. Just put it anywhere for now.
So it's okay if it's like in the middle of the screen right now.
Yeah, of course. And then after we're done with this sprite, everyone, we're just gonna go down, hover our mouse over the sprite, and we can right click it to duplicate it. So click the duplicate button. Now you should have a second sprite that's the exact same thing. Now let's change the name of this one to Shop Right button. And for this one, we can actually do a neat little trick. So we can click on the triangle that we created. Once we click on it, we can click this button that says Flip Horizontal, and it'll just turn it to a right button for us. Just like that, without needing to edit anything big. So now we should have two buttons facing the separate directions. Okay, once we have all this, let's go to the shop left button code. Right now it's empty. There's actually a neat trick we can do if we want to copy code from something else. So let's go to the shop menu. And I think I would like to copy this code right now, right here, this start game code, because it should appear with the shop menu as well. So actually, no, wait. Before we do anything, go to the shop menu and then drag out a go to X0, Y0 block and place it after the hide in the start game code. So this makes sure that our shop is always in the center. It's like that. After this, we're gonna hold on to this code right here. So we're gonna make sure we hold on to it so that, like I can drag it around. And let's drag it until our mouse is hovering over the shop left button. So once we're there, we can let go and it'll actually copy the code into the shop left button sprite. So you can see, once I click in, it's right here. So now when I click the flag, it'll actually appear with the shop. So if I click P, boom. Now we can do the same thing for the shop right. Drag it, put your mouse over the shop right button sprite, and let go. So now it copies to the shop right. So now when we click the flag and we do the shop, it should show up just like this. Now we have a few layering issues right now. let me think of what I want to do for this. Okay. I think I got it. So yes. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the shop menu, back to the shop menu, and right now we have this go to front layer, but we want to make sure it's not at the very front, but still pretty much at the front. So we're gonna go to, I think it's in, is it in looks or is it, yeah, go to looks and scroll down a bit. After the go to front layer, you should find a go for one layer block. So let's drag that out and place it after go to front layer. And we're going to make it go backwards by a few layers. We're going to actually make it go backwards by, let me think. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 layers. We're going to make it go backward by 4 layers. So if we click it right now, your tanks may be there now, but it's all right. It's going to be all right. Because we're going to create another new sprite.
Now I just don't see my arrows anymore. Is that normal?
Your arrows should still have the go to front layer, right? Do they have that in their
Wait,
code?
do we do go backward front four layers in the shop menu or in the arrows?
In the shop menu. We don't
Oh,
do that in anything.
I did that wrong then.
It's all right.
Okay, I'm gonna move that somewhere too.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a new sprite, and this time we're gonna name it. I think we should name it shop options. Shop options. And for now, we're gonna have nothing in it. In fact, actually, no, we're gonna just draw a box in it for now. Just a box. It's gonna be temporary. We're gonna replace it in the future. But a small box is sufficient enough. And then we're gonna create another new sprite after this, and we're gonna label it shop purchase slash equip button. Or actually, let's just make it shop action button. Make it simpler. Button. Just like that. And in here, let's zoom in a bit, and I'm gonna make it just a button like this. I'm gonna have one costume named Buy. Or actually not Buy. Let's name this one Equip. And then this button, I'm gonna add a text box that will say, let's see, let's make it equip, just equip. I'm gonna make it all caps and make sure to change it to like black text because right now it could be something else. So right now I have this quit button and I'm gonna move it down a bit to make it look better, fit in with the button more. I'm gonna make the button slightly larger as well. I'm gonna actually make the button green. So it kind of says like, if you equip this, it's good, you know? Green equip. There we go. Make it a darker, so slightly darker. There we go. Green equip. Now I'm gonna go to the costumes right here, and then I'm gonna right click it and then click duplicate. Now I can rename the costume to unequip. And I'm going to change the text in the button to unequip as well. Wait, why can't I edit it? That's strange. Unequip. I'm going to drag it to the center, move it down a bit. There we go. And this time I'm going to make the button. So I'm going to select the button in the background, and I'm going to change it to a reddish color. It tells the user that unequipping is kind of like the opposite of equipping, right? So it's not the best thing because you wouldn't want to. Actually, oh wait, sorry. Not unequip. Make it selected. I did the wrong thing, everyone. Sorry. Make it called selected. Name it selected. And then I think just make the button like, yeah, just make the button red. Just keep it red. And I'm gonna make the text smaller so it can fit in the button.
Are you gonna rename it selected or just the box selected?
Both of them, just rename it selected.
Okay.
Make it easier. I'm gonna make the other text smaller as well to kind of match the text I have in the selected kind of sprite. So here I'm gonna make it equip. And text is gonna be smaller. Boom. I think that looks pretty good. So what we're going to do here is this is what the menu will look like in the future. So there's going to be two buttons, two of these arrow buttons that we can click to switch between different types of weapons. And then in the center is going to show us the weapon and its name. And there's going to be a button down here where we can click to equip that one. Or like,
Mine don't start where the ones where they start on your screen. Mine start like all in a clump.
oh yeah, that's because I dragged it. We haven't
Oh,
actually coded them to move yet, so it's not a big deal if it doesn't right now. But yeah. I don't know where my deselect button just went, so I'm gonna actually just type it again. For some reason it disappeared. Or not the
wait.
deselect, but the selected.
你就等着下课。
Name it selected. Well, there we go. I don't know where it went.
Ending in 1 minute. When
Okay.
does class end?
In 1 minute. But I want to finish this up before we leave class. So just hang on tight real quick. So now we can actually go into the code. First, let's do the left button code. All we're going to change is the go-to. So we're going to make the go-to negative the x. We're going to make the x negative 100 and the y negative 35. And now we're going to go to the shop right button, and we're going to go to x
Wait, what was in the
positive.
shop left thing?
Shop left.
Yeah.
The values were these ones: negative 100 and negative 35.
Okay, thanks.
And now we're going to move on to the shop right button. We're going to have positive 100 and negative 35. Now, we're going to copy this code in the shop right button. We're going to copy it to the shop options sprite that we created, and also the shop action button sprite that we also created. And now once you're done with that, let's go to the shop options, and let's make it go to x is 0 and y is negative 35. And finally, for the shop action button, we'll make it go to x equal to 0 and y negative 120. So now when I click the
Wait,
flag,
were we supposed to add those things in there?
yes, yeah, just copy them over from the shop right button. So just, do the same method where you hover over it and drag the code down to the sprite and let go. That's how you copy it.
So there it is.
Yep.
Wait, what was it for shop options?
Shop options was 0, -35. And then for shop actions, it was 0. And I'm going to actually make it -100. Yep, I think a -100 works well. Or maybe -110. Actually, that one works
Would
the
it be
best.
the same for all of us?
Yes, same for all. Actually, whatever fits your menu well. So if it doesn't look well on your menu, you can change it up a bit. But it just has to look something like this. Something like what I have on my screen.
Mine's kind of lower than yours.
Oh, then you can make the buttons lower as well. So,
Well, no, my buttons are lower than yours. So how do I make them higher?
so what value controls the height of the object? Is it X or is it Y?
Why?
Yep, exactly. So you're going to increase the Y value. So if I make this Y value like 0 instead of -110, then it goes to like the center. It goes up a bit. But if I decrease it to -110, then it's going to go down a bit. It's just like that. All right. That's going to be it for this class. Good job, everyone. If you have any questions, please ask right now. And if you don't have any questions, you may leave right now. So have a great week.